Spider-Man Miles Morales is not a sequel or expansion. So what is it? Yesterday, Sony finally pulled back the curtain on the PlayStation 5 by not only revealing what the console looks like, but a ton of new games coming to the system. One of them, and one many were not expecting, was Spider-Man Miles Morales. The announcement trailer features Miles in his iconic black and red Spidey suit swinging through what is presumably New York City, saving people and kicking butt. You know, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man stuff. As soon as the trailer dropped, many assumed this was the sequel to Insomniac's 2018 game, officially titled Marvel Spider-Man. In that game, you played mostly as Peter Parker, but the game did introduce Miles Morales, and spoilers if you haven't played it yet. What's wrong with you? The post-credits scene featured Miles revealing to Peter that he too has spider powers. So Spider-Man Miles Morales is the upcoming sequel, right? Not quite. Sony's VP of European Business, Simon Rutter, previously stated to The Telegraph that the game is, quote, an expansion and enhancement to the previous game. There's a substantial Miles Morales component, which is the expansion element, but also within the game as well, there's been major enhancements to the game and the game engine, obviously deploying some of the major PlayStation 5 technology and features. So it sounds like this is a DLC or expansion for the Peter Parker Spider-Man game, right? And if it is, how would this work for gamers who own the game for PS4? How exactly would these PS5 enhancements work? Insomniac then had to clarify exactly what Spider-Man Miles Morales is. On their official Twitter, Insomniac specified the game as a standalone adventure. And speaking to Bloomberg News, a Sony spokesperson further clarified that it is not a full sequel and not a DLC add-on, but an expand-alone similar to how Uncharted: The Lost Legacy served to expand the Uncharted universe with a full-on but short game. This does raise a few more questions about the Miles Morales game, such as how big the game's world will be. Like, can you swing through all of New York City, or are you confined to a specific borough? What the retail price will be, and if this game is coming to PS4 at all, considering the game engine enhancements were made to take advantage of the PS5. And it's probably safe to assume that this expand-alone model can be used for other Spider-Man adjacent characters, giving them their own separate adventures on a smaller scale rather than putting the years and money into a full-blown AAA title. The IP has a ton of Spider-Man allies to draw from, such as Black Cat, Spider-Gwen, Silk, Venom, if we're talking about the Flash Thompson version, and each could now theoretically get their own standalone game. Not too hard to imagine series like Arkham going this way in the future as well.
Now use your feet, and when they go off balance, look for an opening. Boom. Like that? Yeah.
Personally, I'd love to see Insomniac and Sony run with this. Give the expand-alone treatment to a few Spider-Man friends, then for the official big-budget, years in the making Spider-Man 2 sequel, they bring all of the heroes and villains for a huge mashup, similar to how Marvel Studios structured the MCU. And, just throwing it out there, this could totally work if they wanted to adapt the Maximum Carnage storyline again. Anyway, what do you think? How hyped are you for a standalone Miles Morales game? By the way, the only correct answer is very hyped. And what other characters or storylines would you like to see brought into the Spider-Man PlayStation universe? Let me know in the comments, and for a full breakdown on everything revealed at the PlayStation 5 event yesterday, check out the Daily Fix. That's all for this episode. We'll see you on the next IGN Now.
We're happy to present IGN's Summer of Gaming, featuring the latest and greatest in game reveals, news, trailers, next-gen coverage, and more. Our month-long event features our first ever series of IGN Expos, where you'll get first looks at world premiere game trailers, exclusive game demos, and interviews you won't find anywhere else. IGN's Summer of Gaming, only on IGN and IGN One on Samsung TV Plus.